Welcome to the Idaho Fish and Game MK Nature Center. Today you will be learning about the animals and habitats we provide here. We hope to attract as many wild animals as possible, so we work to build various habitats to help many different animals survive. Today we will learn about the parts of a habitat, and we'll look at two species that use their habitats very differently. Then you will take a stream walk and explore some of the habitats we have built here. The Nature Center is not a zoo. Have you ever been to a zoo? Remember that at a zoo, you see all different types of animals from all over the world. Here at the Nature Center, we provide habitat for animals that are native to Idaho. You probably won't see a gorilla or a lion on your stream walk today. A zoo provides habitat for animals as well, but most of the animals at the zoo are kept in cages, a fenced-in area, and they cannot leave. You may see many animals here, but they are not in cages and they can come and go as they please. Take a look at the pictures on the slide. You will see a handful of animals that have been spotted here at the Nature Center. Keep an eye out today on your stream walk and see how many animals you can spot. Every animal needs a habitat to survive. Even you need a habitat to survive. There are 4 things that every animal needs in their habitat. These include food, water, shelter, and space. The Nature Center was built to provide these 4 things to as many local animals as possible. All animals need food to survive. While we don't provide animals with cheeseburgers or fries, we do plant things that we know they like to eat. If you look out the window in this room, you will see all sorts of food options for animals. We have bird feeders for the birds, and sometimes the squirrels. We have plants, trees, and other things animals would like to munch on. Out this window we have seen squirrels, all different types of birds, ducks, deer, and even a Cooper's hawk. When you walk around the path today, you will see that we provide all different types of water for animals. Some animals like very still water, while others want the water to be moving quickly and full of bubbles. Some animals like ponds, while others need the moving water of a stream to survive. Be sure to notice the differences between each bridge and habitat viewing window when you go on your stream walk. You will see many different shelters when you walk the paths here. Snags provide really good habitat for woodpeckers, owls, and various other birds that need a cavity to nest in. This is the only time that cavities are good. A snag is a tree that has died but has not fallen down. When a tree dies and stays upright, we leave it be and allow it to continue to provide habitat at the Nature Center. See how many snags you can count on your walk today. Animals need different amounts and types of space to survive. Some need very specific places to call home, while others just need room to walk around and hunt for food. We will talk about 2 of these animals right now. Coyotes and beavers are 2 animals that have very different needs for their habitat. Beavers are known as specialists because they have very specific needs in their habitat. In the picture at the top, you will see the beaver lodge. Beavers build a lodge to have a place to sleep and take care of their babies. They build a dam to create a calm pool of water and have the lodge in that pool to swim in and out of and collect food for the winter. Once the water freezes over in the winter, they will rely on that food supply that they have collected below the ice to eat for the entire winter. I find beavers especially fascinating because all the work they do all year long is to get ready for the winter. They do not hibernate in the winter, even when the water is frozen. They stay in the lodge and can swim in the water below the ice that is not frozen. Coyotes are known as generalists because they can live in many different habitats. This is the opposite of the beaver. Take a look at the pictures on the screen and see how different these habitats are. They can survive in the forest, fields, and various other spaces. They will travel over long distances to hunt for food or find a good spot to rest. Animals have a lot of different adaptations to help them survive. An adaptation is when part of an animal's body or behavior changes to help them survive. We wear warm coats in the winter to keep warm, and some animals, like wolves and dogs, grow thicker fur to keep warm, and they then shed that thick fur in the summer to keep them cool. In the picture on the bottom, you will see a Canadian lynx. In the winter, their large feet act like snowshoes to help them walk on top of the snow better. You can see in the picture that the lynx is traveling on top of the snow. Have you ever worn snowshoes? Some animals will change colors throughout the year to blend in with their habitat. Snowshoe hares in the pictures on the top are brown in the summer and white in the winter to help blend into their habitat. In the picture on the bottom left, you will see a moose. They have special joints in their legs to swing their legs over the snow to help them walk better. If you are lucky, you might spot a sturgeon deep in our pond today. You have to look very carefully because they tend to live at the very bottom of the pond. These fish are anadromous, which means they start in freshwater rivers or lakes in Idaho. They swim to the saltwater in the ocean to eat larger fish, and they get really big and then return back to the freshwater of Idaho. Since Idaho rivers and lakes only have small insects and fish for them to eat, they need to travel to the ocean to find bigger and more food. However, they come back to Idaho to have their babies. Sturgeons can live to be about 100 years old. Just like the sturgeons, Chinook salmon are anadromous. They begin their life in the fresh water of Idaho's rivers. Chinook salmon will lay about 5,000 eggs under the rocks in Idaho's rivers. About 300 of those eggs hatch, 150 live to be 1 year old, and only one salmon will make the trip to the ocean and back to Idaho. When they leave Idaho to travel to the ocean, they weigh about the size of a pencil. When they return to Idaho after eating larger food in the ocean, they are about 50 pounds. They can't swim when they are 1 year old, so they turn around and float with the current backwards all the way to the ocean. They will stay in the ocean for about 1 to 3 years to eat and get bigger for the swim back to Idaho. They use their sense of smell to find exactly where they were born, and they return to the exact spot to then lay their eggs. Most fish will then die right where they laid their eggs, and that provides food for other fish, crayfish, and water insects. Today we covered a lot of great topics relating to habitats. We learned that there are 4 parts that all habitats need, and they are food, water, shelter, and space. We learned that the Nature Center has animals but is not a zoo. The Nature Center has dead trees that are still standing that provide habitat, and we call these snags. Animals have adaptations that help them survive by changing their bodies or their behaviors. Finally, we learned that some fish native to Idaho are anadromous, which means they go from freshwater to saltwater and back to freshwater in their lifetime. Thank you for coming to the Idaho Fish and Game MK Nature Center, and I hope you enjoy your stream walk today. Be sure to visit the museum on your way out.